Let's take a look at number 45. They ask us to find the slope of the line that passes through the point 3, 5 and negative 1, 10. One of the formulas you will have to memorize for the final exam is the slope between 2 points. That slope formula is m equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Typically, the first point in a problem that I read, I call that the first point. So I would call that x1 comma y1. So x1 will be 3, y1 will be 5. And then I'll label the second point x2 comma y2. So x2 is going to be negative 1, y2 would be 10. We just need to take our time, make sure we plug everything in properly. It's y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Once you have everything plugged in, just a matter of computing it. 10 minus 5 is 5. Negative 1 minus 3 is negative 4. So this would give us a slope of negative 5/4. Question number 46 asks us to decide whether or not the pairs of lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. Recall that parallel lines are lines that have the same slope. Perpendicular lines are lines that have opposite or negative reciprocal slopes. And if it's neither one of those two relationships, then it's neither. To begin, what you would want to do is put each of these lines in slope-intercept form. That's of the form y equals mx plus b. That's kind of a fancy way to state get the y by itself. And then once you do that, the coefficient of the x will tell you the slope. I'm going to skip a little bit of algebra here. But if you take this equation, the 9x minus 12y equals to 24, if you go ahead and you solve this for y, what you would get would be y equals 3/4 x minus 2. For this second equation, if you take this one and get the y by itself, what you would get would be y equals 3/4 x minus 4. So we see that the slope of the first line is 3/4. The slope of the second line is also 3/4. So those two lines have the same slope, and that would mean that they would be parallel. So the two lines are parallel. In question 47, it asks us to graph the line with the equation y equals 3/5 x minus 4 by using the slope-intercept method. This line is already in slope-intercept form. It looks like mx plus b. So we can identify the slope. That's the coefficient of x, which is 3/5. The interpretation geometrically is rise over run, and the y-intercept would be the value negative 4. To graph this, what we would do is begin by graphing the y-intercept. So I come down here to negative 4, and then I can use the slope of 3/5 to run 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then rise 3, 1, 2, 3, to find more points that are going to be on the line. If you wanted to, we could use the rise over run again. If I run another 5, that means go 5 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would have to rise another 3, 1, 2, 3, to end up on the line. Once you have a couple points, just go ahead and connect the dots and draw your line.